Welcome back to another episode of the Bolton RTG here. It's the second episode of season number 2. Where last season we won a League 1 football. We got into a league or into the championship. We played against Derby County, a team that automatically got promoted as well last season from League 1. It wasn't the hardest of games, and then we took a L against Bristol in our second game. We did bring in a couple of players while also letting go of a couple of players as well. Eric Kunda, obviously, we had to buy him after his great loan spell that second half of the season. Completely transformed that team. We brought in a young center back in Thomas Avias over from Inter Miami. We bring in a young Cam in a replacement for Garbett, who got sent out on loan as a Cam to Caden Clark. We bring in another midfielder in Abu Adams to go alongside our youth academy players. And the other guy, we bring in Mumba to replace Ogbeta, who went out on loan, who was on loan at us for last season with Swansea. So he's back at Swansea. So we had to bring in Bali Mumba. And then we managed to loan in Armando Broja over from Chelsea. He was loan listed. He's on a 2-year offer. He's on a 2-year loan deal. So he'll be here for 2 years as long as we keep playing him. As far as the league goes, we don't know. We do have Cowbell Cup action against Stockport first up. And then we have Ipswich, Swansea City, Wolves, and Blackburn. As well as the rest of the transfer window, which I don't think we're going to do anything in that transfer window. We are going to go ahead and simulate though through this Cowbell Cup game. Mostly rotated team. Hybiega in that back four. We have Sheehan in the midfield. Mendez, Gomes, Clark, Williams, and Charles as our attack. We'll simulate through this game. And Stockport take the lead 28 minutes in. It's 1-0. And we're getting knocked out of the cup game there. We don't really care about the Cowbell Cup. If we care about any cup, it would be through the FA Cup. Try and make a run through that prestigious tournament, not the Cowbell Cup. Nobody cares about that. Up next, in the first actual game we'll probably play is against Ipswich in the championship. It's a massive starting 11. It's a big starting 11. It's the main team. Irakunda and Roy, Broja, Simon, Adams, Lucas, Santos. The boys you know and love. Let's get to it. Our first big game, first big test of championship quality teams here. Ipswich. They're obviously up in the Premier League in real life for the second season, but they failed to get through that automatic promotion spot. I don't even know if they got in the playoffs, to be completely honest. I completely forgot at this point. But Adme and Baxter with the save. Oh, how is that a penalty? Is that Irakunda who got the penalty off of? No, it's Mumba. I thought it was Irakunda. It looked like a number 9, not 19. That's such a weak penalty. He falls down like that. That's insane. A penalty for Ipswich here. It's Chaplin straight down the middle. 1-0 for Ipswich. There's another. Where's that penalty for? This referee is just handing out penalties like it's nobody's business. At least give me one. I mean, I haven't been in their box, but give me one. If you're giving them out for no reason. Oh, it's not a pen. He didn't even touch him. What is going on? I am being robbed. Championship robbery. Chaplin, go down the right. And you go down the left. 2-0 for Ipswich. It's 3-0. What is going on? Ipswich triple the lead right before the break. It's 3-0 going to the halftime. Adams. Into Broja. Can we get one back? No. Broadhead. Adme. It's 4. It's 4-0. Simon now. Simon. Crossed in. Broja. Consolation goal. No, can't even do that. We might be able to score a consolation goal here. It's Williams on the attack all by himself. Williams onto his left foot. We do get a consolation goal. We'll at least suffer that. But a 4-1 thrashing, a 4-0 thrashing, let's be real. A 4-0 thrashing against Ipswich. 2 penalties that aren't just penalties at all. So we lost this game 2-1. That's about as that. We lost 2-1. But we lose 4-1 on totality. That is an embarrassment of our first game. We quick sim against Blackburn Rovers and we pick up a 2-1 win with Simon scoring both goals, 25th minute and 67th minute. We win at least their game. Next up, we are taking on Swansea City in the league. The only change I make is putting in Roy on the left-hand side and Caden Clark at Cam. So Irakunda will get a little bit of a rest. We might see him later down the line. Taking on Swansea now in the league. Mumba Cross in for Broha. It's a beautiful first-time finish for Broha. And the Chelsea Loney has the lead for Bolton against Swansea. Ethan Worry down the left-hand side. Crossed in for Broha. Broha on his left foot. Possibly could have taken a touch. I didn't know what the defender was going to do, but definitely had the chance to take that touch there. And now Simon onside corner trying to find Broha. No, second ball get cleared. And Rory, Broha, Clark trying to find Simon, can't do so. Lucas will get the ball back into Caden Clark. Caden Clark and Rory back to Caden. Crossed in, back post for Simon, get up, no. Lucas, touch, shot on his left foot. That's blocked as well for the defender. And we'll go halftime up 1-0 here against Swansea. Into Broha. Broha trying to find Caden Clark into space. Caden Clark will pick it up. The American now, Caden into Broha. Broha on the strike, can't find the back of net, blocked by defenders. Adams now into Simon. Simon trying to throw that into Broha. Broha will get the loose ball, but then he'll lose it as well. Ethan and Worry into Mumba. Mumba crossed in. Why did Simon stop making that run? He was going to have an easy tap in. We're only up by 1. We got to be careful. Amiato Santos and Baxter can't save that one. I said we got to be careful, and careful we aren't. It's 1-1. Santos. Iracunda. Iracunda into Broha. Broha now back into Iracunda. Iracunda out wide. He has Caden Clark. He has Williams. Williams on for Simon in the 82nd minute. Bolton have the lead once more, 2-1, and the left back turn to her winger has a lead for Bolton, and that'll be Broha's lost involvement as well. We'll give Charles some game time as well. Keep the team rotating, keep the team factual, and it might be 2-2 just like that. No, Baxter, thank the Lord you have to try and save that one. Thank the Lord, Yates shot goes wide. Into Lucas now. Lucas trying to throw that in for Charles. Charles now fake shot. Gets it onto his left foot. And Charles will find the back of net. The game was over anyway. We only had 1 minute left. But that will seal the deal on the record birds. That would add a goal. Get that recovery back that little bit. As much as possible from that Ipswich game for the goal difference there. We'll get the 2 goals back there. So that is great. And a great confidence boost for this Bolton side against a very good Swansea team that we might see in the playoffs, or at least on the verge of a playoffs come the end of the season. And I think I said last episode I was probably done bringing in players, but after that last game against Ipswich and even that last game there against Swansea where we didn't really have too much against us, we need a new goalkeeper. I didn't like Baxter towards the end of last season anyway, and it wasn't number 1 on my priority list, but it was definitely on the list to possibly replace. Now, we can't afford anybody spending only $2 million in our transfer budget, so we had to go look on the loan market, and James Trafford was actually listed on loan. He's currently at Burnley. They have another goalkeeper that was there that wasn't on loan that I was going to try and bring on loan. That was like Murdic, that was 79. Trafford is the second string, I'm assuming, towards Burnley, seeing as they had that 79 rated merch. So he'll join here at Bolton for the season, just for the season, at 74 overall. He will replace Baxter in that starting 11. Welcome to the club. This is Wolfsguard. This is the biggest game of the season. It'll be the biggest matchup of the season, at least for us twice. Us against the Wolves, the hardest team in the championship, 100,000,000%. Vista, Kuna, Addy, Hodge, Belgrade, 8 Nori, Gradish, Kilman, Bueno, Samedo, and Jose Sa. Here against Bolton. Unchanged starting 11 with Ethan Worry at Cam, Iracunda on the left-hand side. James Trafford in between the sticks. First look at him here at Bolton for the rest of the season. Massive, massive matchup here. Embarrassed by Ipswich. Now hoping to get some type of game time, something out of this game here against Wolverhampton Wanderers, who I expect to go straight back up into the Premier League after getting relegated last season. And I didn't do what I wanted to do. I wanted to try and put this guy, Avias, as center defensive mid and have like Ibiega in the starting 11. That's what I really wanted to do. I literally told myself before I signed the keeper, and then I went to sign the keeper and it lost through my mind. So yeah, there's that. Here we go. Darcis Cargley, I'm going to be honest, on the chopping block for the starting 11 spot, there is a right back. I was looking through some more free agents. There's a right back that's 24 years old, 73 overall. It looks like he has a Dortmund picture on, possibly played for Dortmund. I didn't really look up too much for him. He looked half decent. But here's Simon in towards Ethan and Wari. No, that's blocked out. But yeah, we might be bringing in a new right back as a free agent. I don't want to sign like 20 players per season though. I just don't. So I think I'm going to stop myself before signing him. And if he is still a free agent come January or become the end of this season, we'll bring him in. Darcis Cargley into Broha. Broha into Lucas. Lucas can't find Adams. Broha now. And Broha from distance trying to test Jose Sa, who's getting up there in age. Nori keeps that in play. Ethan and Wari will block the pass, but it will go out for a goal kick, unfortunately. Santos can't defend that, and Wolves get a shot off, and Villas will give away a penalty. I got to be on strict or something, because some of these pens just aren't pens. Don't tell me I'm getting robbed again. I'm getting robbed again! He fell over after the shot. Oh, my Lord. James Trafford, come up big in your first game. It's Cunha down the left. It's Wolves 1-0. Bellegarde, Cunha, Trafford, point-blank save on that one. Maybe one more chance before halftime as long as it's like +1 or +2. Aracunda now down the left-hand side against Semedo. Aracunda trying to use that pace. He can't get past him. Halftime, down 1-0 to Wolves. We've been in it. It's just, again, another referee robbery penalty decision that brings us behind. Cunha is in behind. Avias from behind. See, if you're going to give a penalty, it's that one. Don't tell me I should give away a penalty. No, you gave a free kick for no other reason. What is going on? These referees are terrible. Into Bellegarde and James Trafford with the save. It will go out for a corner. Caden Clark will come on for Ethan and Wari. Can he get it out wide? It's Simon now. Take a beautiful touch. There it is. It's Simon 1-on-4, 1-on-5, 1-on-20. Broha now is there. Adams trying to find Aracunda. Can't do so. Amiado Santos wears a foul. Referee, what is going on? We saw hits the post and goes into the back of the net, and Wolves double their lead, 2-0. Williams looking for a consolation goal this late on. It's Charles who's in behind. It's going to be the same exact thing as Ipswich. We get the consolation goal there with the last couple of moments in the game, and then after that, it's just a loss. It was a robbery of a goal for the first one with that PK, in which I guess we technically could have saved it with a 50, well, not 50-50, but it was a good chance to not save it, to be fair. And then they didn't score a good second goal, but they scored like a legitimate second goal. It wasn't a robbery. But I have been absolutely robbed off of 6 points in today's episode. It's an absolute abomination from these referees. That's going to be the end of this episode. When we come back, it's September football. It's more football in the championship. So I'll see y'all there. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.